It's not the $50,000 excavator that everybody wants me to buy, but it's pretty dang good. This is going to be a fun little toy and tool to have around. Aaron has already been putting it to use, making things work with the power of a mechanical advantage. Thank you guys for being here. The power of a crowd advantage, making these videos possible, keeping them going. Lots of fun stuff. Lots of fun stuff coming, as I always say. Let's go. My friends, I have found myself in a bit of an adventure. Yesterday, my dad called me and he got a line on one of these Trail-Breaker motorcycles by Rokon. He's been searching and calling up and down. A guy in Pahrump, Nevada was trying to get rid of one, a used one. So we hopped in the car. We did a 9-hour drive to Sin City, Vegas. We got tired. It was 103 degrees Fahrenheit in one of these towns at midnight. Can you believe it? The desert. This morning, we drove an hour up to Pahrump to Shadow Mountain Feed and Tack. I love seeing these animal feed stores with their little chicks and the goose and the goats and all that stuff. Ron is a Rokon dealer, but he had actually sold this Rokon to someone a couple months ago. They had to give it up. So just by luck and happenstance, my dad called and got this going. So we drove down and picked this thing up because there are lines out the door. There's waiting lists for these things. As you know, with the pandemic, everything is in demand now, but these Rokons are so in demand. I was hearing a little bit from Ron about the factory in New Hampshire. Normally they make 2 of these a day, handcrafted in the USA. There's maybe a couple little parts that are made in Germany, like Magura brakes. And then now they're doing 4 of these a day. So it's a hot commodity, and we're gonna use this thing because we've got 91 acres of raw land in Northern California to build some trails. This is the ultimate trail tool.
It's not heavy. It's not really that heavy.
Yeah. Okay. As I heard, there was 2 starts. So but the actual engine has to start with the pole? Or?
No.
That's a backup.
We can fire it up right here.
Oh, okay.
What it is, if everything goes dead, no battery, okay, I turn it on, I'm getting out of the woods.
Okay.
Because nothing's gonna affect this bike. A nuclear disaster or anything. Right? Right, YouTube? It's so hot out. So now it's running, okay?
Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Okay, so. Oh no, it's a beast, man. I'm getting my bearings.
Oh, this is gonna be very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this thing's sick. It's actually, dude, it's like super stable.
That's a pretty steep grade. You didn't give up on it.
I give up! It's a Rokon! Rock on, baby!
He cleaned it. It's time to get on this thing and take a little test drive around the property and get a little more comfortable. Yeah. And yes, we are wearing helmets now. We were just very excited that first day. Okay, she's not built for speed, but she'll do a little bit. So let's go check out Aaron's trails so far. Okay, I think I'm in first. Nope, I'm in neutral. No, I think I'm in first again. Okay, this will be an adventure. East Side Perimeter Trail. Nice and easy. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, it's gonna take a bit to get used to this thing. It's so much different than a mountain bike, even though you're kind of doing the same thing. Okay, that was better. Aaron was telling me that you gotta want to keep it upright. You don't want to lean too much, and that was a good evidence of that. Uh-oh. Don't lose momentum. Oh, oh, dang. It's not a matter of if, but when. A lot of the videos you watch, people are just going really slow and they got their feet on the ground the whole time, just kind of walking. Uh-oh, off the side. Oh yeah, use that engine. Whew. Yeah. Oh, it's an adventure for sure. Whew. We just covered some good terrain though. So the easy part about these things is going up. Going down, not so much. So, I gotta figure out my exit strategy here. So I guess I'm gonna go back down on the trail I came up. Seems to be the best way, but oh man, those switchbacks are gnarly. They're gonna be tough going down. Aaron said he already dumped the bike going down once, so intimidating. Now we know we need to make the most wide, accommodating switchbacks possible. Dang, that's a tough one too. Oh man. Yeah, great. At least it doesn't lose braking when you kill the engine. Okay, there we go. Creeper down. Whew. Scared about that one. That is a nasty switchback. Even on a mountain bike, that'd be tough to make. Yeehaw! So as you may be able to tell, not much motorcycle experience for me. I've been on a dirt bike once for maybe 20 minutes and I kind of figured everything out. But this is way different on the trail. It's heavy, it's awkward. Gives us good feedback on the switchbacks or even building more access roads that are easy to tow a bunch of, because really we want to be able to tow heavy stuff, water, rocks, wood, all kinds of stuff like that, and going around those switchbacks with a load would be horrendous. But if we get some access roads dug in, then the world opens up to us, especially since those access roads don't have to be super wide. If you had a side-by-side, an ATV, has to be more wide, has to be a better grade. This thing gets around a little bit better, and I think it's a little bit cheaper. We bought it 10,000 bucks used. They're 13,000 bucks new. So I think those side-by-sides, the RZRs, are like 17 grand or something like that. I'm sure there's cheaper, I'm sure there's more expensive, but the ones we saw. She's been getting a lot of love out here, and check this out. A dump trailer that my dad rigged up back at home. It's got all these little extra mounts for all your various tools, axe, shovels, pruning shears on the back. You fill this thing up with dirt and it will dump. So my dad rigged this thing up with this universal joint here, and right now it's all theoretical, whether the height is good enough. It started out with a lot smaller wheels, so we put bigger wheels on it, had to do a bigger axle. So we gotta see if this will actually mate up and be drivable. Okay, we're good.
Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we just need the test ride. And you can see this is like riding pretty high. If we actually want it to be level, have to get some spacers in here, come down a little bit lower, so then if you've got a load of dirt, you want it to be a little more level to get a full load in there. See how tight it'll turn. Pretty good. Okay, it was bouncing around a little bit. I couldn't really feel it because the thing's so light when you're driving, but it didn't seem like there was any maneuverability problems. The only thing that's a little worrisome over time is that if the Rokon is parked, you're at an angle, you're putting stress on this joint because it doesn't go back and forth because there's two wheels. If this wheelbarrow was one wheel, then it would be able to pivot back and forth. And then we got this thing. My dad had this laying around from when we did grass 10 years ago, and it seems like actually a decently good compactor. Fill it up with water, go over the trails. I like it. Not bad. It doesn't have any water in it right now, so
no, it's empty.
Nice and light. The stats and the specs on this thing are so fun to look at. The history, this thing has been almost the same machine since 1960. They've made some improvements with the suspension and some other things, but otherwise, if you find an old one, it'll almost be the same as this new one. It's got full-time two-wheel drive, so the front and the rear wheels are moving. If the back starts spinning out, no problem, the front will get you. It takes regular gas. It's only a 2.69 gallon tank, but it only consumes 0.33 gallons per hour. Someone did the math and maybe that's 200 miles per tank. It's got the electric start, but it also has the manual start. So if you get into a pickle, you can pull the ripcord and get out of there. This thing can go up a 60% grade. There are videos on YouTube of people doing it. I'm not going to demonstrate that. That's a little too steep for my blood. And you can tow 2,000 pounds with it. So eventually, once we start cutting down trees out here, we'll be able to drag the logs back to a more central location. Oh yeah, and these wheels, you can either use them to float the bike across the river, because it only weighs about 218 pounds, or you could fill them up with water or fuel. It's the weirdest thing, they're hollow. And check out how they protect the rear brake. It's all the way up here, completely away from the rear wheel. It can't get caught on anything, it can't break off. Same with the front one here, it's totally out of the way. We've got ourselves a trail building beast here. So many tools, so many toys to buy out here, and this is money well spent. We're gonna put it to use up and down the property, everywhere, every little nook and cranny that's hard to get to. We are putting in work out here. It's coming together a lot faster, mostly thanks to Aaron's work from MTBing Adventures. Go check out his channel and see everything that he's up to over there. This place is getting dialed. Everstoke, we're living the dream. Thanks for coming along, and thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you on the trail.